Well, Mark Robinson, game on Tuesday night at home to Crystal Palace, youngsters in the trophy, and some exciting team news. Some of the fans could come up and see some of these young players we haven't seen before.
Yeah, because obviously the amount of injuries we got, Chris, it makes sense to be playing youngsters. You know, we can't really risk any more injuries. So yeah, some of the under 18 lads are stepping up, and some of the lads who are on the sort of first year pros. So Luke Jenkins just come back from injury. He'll be playing. He'll be starting. Olaniyan will be starting, and also Quaine Bartley up top. So they're going to be starting because you know where we are. Can't really afford to play Prez, and if we lost Prez because Ollie's not back, and obviously with the centre back situation, etc. So yeah, no, and also Josh Hallard as well.
Oh, good.
So Josh Hallard will be starting. Who's still an under 18. So across the board, we're probably going to be younger than Crystal Palace. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on.
That's like another stage in their development, because a couple of those players you mentioned have played in the FAU Cup at Plough Lane last season, but what an opportunity for them moving forward.
No, it's brilliant, and obviously they didn't have the excitement of being in front of fans at Plough Lane in the FA Youth Cup because of COVID, and they'll have that tomorrow night. And you know, I'm not sure what the turnout will be, but obviously the Portsmouth game, it was an incredible turnout and great atmosphere. So it'd be great to have something like that for them, because you know, as you said, it's the next step in their progression, and you want to see how they perform in those sort of environments. So I'm looking forward to it.
Was you keen to reward Luke in a way, because he's had a long path back from injury, hasn't he?
It was more about how he's been in training, really, Chris. He's just come back from injury and he's been out for a long time. As you know, he's a bright prospect for us. He's been out for a long time, and he's come back and trained with the first team, and he's been fantastic. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, reward him for his own performances in training. Really, he's done really well. He'll only be able to do, unfortunately, 45 to 60 minutes, but he's deserved it. So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
And Isaac is a player you really rated, I know from previous years, but he had a lot of injury problems as well, didn't he?
Yeah, same again. So he's had injuries, and again he'd be on limited minutes. So that's two of our subs that are kind of be used. But at the same time, we just want to give him that opportunity. Again, he's trained with the first team and done really well. So I just want to give him that opportunity to play in that slightly more pressured environment and see how he does. But again, they're both really talented lads.
And Quaine went out on loan to Cray, and now he's come back. How's he been shaping up with, you know, going there and coming back and being ready for this?
Yeah, we had a little chat a couple of weeks ago. I think he was finding it quite hard, you know, because it's difficult, the travelling and stuff, and we had a little sort of heart to heart. And he's back in a great place now. He's a fantastic lad, and he did really well for us in the Brentford friendly in the first half. So again, I'm looking forward to see how he does tomorrow night. It'll be good.
And we are taking on Crystal Palace under 21s, but the players you just said now are potentially younger than them. So
yeah,
but that's the kind of challenge you want, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll have Henry in there. Who's I don't think Henry's turned 20 yet, and Dapo are the same. So you know, the only really experienced we'll have Darius in there, and Dan Chocker's going to be playing. And obviously Zaki the keeper, but no, the rest of the side's going to be very young. Paul soon, you forget Paul's still only 20. So as I said, there's a chance really that we're going to be as young, if not younger than them. But it's also worked out that you know we'll have the amount of players, I believe, qualifying still. So we'll have the right amount of players, because we'll have Darius and Dapo and Henry count, because they're Premier League loans. And Dan will be our fourth player, and I think Chiz as well might qualify. So we still qualify for the right amount of players as well. And
he gains a lot of satisfaction from the previous game in this competition. It was a really good night against Portsmouth. Yeah. So same again, I presume, with the approach. We want something like that, really upbeat. Yeah, we started brilliantly that night, and as you know, went 2 up, and then again our Achilles heel hit us a little bit and gave away a couple of cheat goals. But the reaction to that was fantastic. And obviously run out 5-3 winners, you know, against a strongish Portsmouth side. So no, I'm just really excited how the lads equip themselves. We had a really good training session this morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. What's been the approach since Saturday? Have you taken a look back at the game and what we could do better? Yeah, we've all weekend really. I had a little break when I watched the women's yesterday, which was nice to sort of switch off for a bit and watch those, and they were fantastic. And again, great atmosphere, loads of fans. So yeah, no, we've got something ready for tomorrow to talk to the lads about in terms of where we go. You know, what's the next level for us? What's the next step?
because you know there are things that are definitely missing. You know, our season isn't going to be defined by sort of how we do against Wigan. You know, we know it's a completely different ball game in terms of what they've got resource-wise, but by the same respect, you know, there's no reason why we couldn't grind out results if we do certain things against these teams, and that's what we need to look at, because even the games we've won, you know, there's times when we could have nearly come unstuck, and there's certainly games we should have won that we've drawn where we've thrown points away. So you know, we realise we're young, but it's just how we can sort of accelerate their learning. You know, that's what we're going to be talking about. Is you're young and you can't change that. You can't become an experienced 28-year-old when you're 20 and 19 and 21. But it's more about how we can accelerate their learning and how they can accelerate their learning, so that we can get results from those sort of games and get more positive results from other games, which I know we can do.
A real negative from Saturday was Paul Cannon-Byes. Any update on him?
Not yet, Chris. I'm still waiting. He's got his appointment this afternoon, so I'm still waiting to hear from Tim. We'll waiting to hear. But I left him alone Sunday, sent him a message. I know what Paul's like. I've known him for a long time, and I know he'd want to collect his thoughts. So we just sent him a message, and he's one of those lads. Once he knows what it is, he'll get his focus. So once we know, we'll speak.